Welcome back, Power Pellet Podcast. Today is 11/14/2014. This is, I hope, episode 16, unless I got my count off.
Ding, 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 ding. Sí, correcto.
Correcto. This is your co-host, Davench. I'm here with my brother, co-host, Akimbo Merc. What up, baby?
What's up, man? I am your co-host. It's just the two of us now. Except for our returning guest. Welcome back to the show, Magic Man Majelen himself. You guys might remember him from the he did the Madden special. So he's back with us tonight, hanging out.
Our official temporary co-host of the week.
Oh, that's it. Here he is. So Majelen, what's up, man? What's in your system? What you've been playing? Talk to us,
man. Well, I can tell you what I've been playing. I'm not ashamed of it.
You should be if you have to start off like that.
And I ain't ashamed of it. Minecraft. That's what I've been playing.
He like them Legos on the video screen.
He sit down in the basement on the carpet with a big old bucket of Legos in between his legs, separating the yellows from the blues, from the blacks and the oranges.
He like, this Minecraft, right?
Yeah. That's what his girl telling him. That's Minecraft, baby. That's the new one. That's the 3D version.
She be like, you want multiplayer? Here, little Jimmy, come play with Majelen. He wants to play Minecraft multiplayer.
Yo, El, can you come over?
I got the new Legos.
Split screen. He wants split screen.
He wants split screen. He wants to play split screen. Hey, real talk though. What's the draw, man, for Minecraft? I watched my son play this game, and I can't get into it. To me, it just looked like bad Legos. You know?
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: whenever your son does get into it, does he get into it? Is it hard to pull him away, or is he just kind of out a little bit and then leave it?
Let me tell you, I had to buy him a creeper for Christmas last year.
Wait,
a plush creeper. A plush creeper for Christmas. And check it out. I didn't think I was going to be able to find this thing, man. Went out to the store. It was right there.
Yeah.
So.
Now, is that like a little monster on the game or something?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. It's they call it a creeper because it comes up on you without you knowing, and right when it's on you, it makes this kind of hissing noise, like it's going to blow up. It's like, and then by the time you hear that, it's too late to get away. So I guess they, named it creeper because of that. But the draw, man, I guess it's just creative. You're in a big sandbox, and it's creative. You get away from it all. That's what I like about it, man. I'm not worried about, with 10 guys trying to play an objective on a flag, or worried about getting knifed or whatever, Yeah. You're just there. It's a game where whatever you want to create is what you can create.
I went to try and play it because it was free. Somebody, I can't remember who gave it away for free. I was trying to play it, and I don't know. I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't know.
And we grew up playing Legos, so
but it's not Legos though, right? It's got a different vibe to it.
Yeah, it's basically you get dropped in this random generated world, and you got to survive. You have nothing but your hands and a map. You go up to a tree, start punching a tree, making some wood.
So you gotta earn supplies and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, you do. It's a type of survival game. It's not extreme survival, but you have to. You gotta find food. You gotta find shelter because monsters come out at night. You gotta do that on a not a freak out factor scale, but you gotta survive where the game's gonna end, and then you gotta start over. So go ahead.
Is that the addictive element of the game?
I think it is, man. Whenever, and I could tell you this I felt the same way when I started. When I started Minecraft, I did it on my Mac, and it was just me, and I was trying to figure it out. What to do. I was kind of figuring out, looking up stuff online, and I was just kind of overwhelmed. That's the feeling I got. I was like, man, there's just so much to do. I didn't want to try to create or play, and I kind of talked myself out of it. And it just so happened that PS4 got Minecraft. Perfect situation because, Wavo,
Right.
talks about nothing but Minecraft.
Yeah, he loves it. Right.
So I told him, I said, man, you know what? This is a good opportunity. Let me get Minecraft. Let me talk Wavo. I don't even have to talk him into it. Just ask him. and it really opened up my eyes whenever I had somebody who knew the game to sit down and say, hey, listen, this is what you want to do. This is the basics. This is how you want to start. And once you get the hang of it, then you're like, man, all of a sudden those gears start turning.
Were y'all playing together?
Want to create. Yeah.
Okay.
That's another fun fact that I can play Minecraft by myself on the PS4, it's fine. But once you get Wavo in there, I coerced L to get on there.
What?
Yeah.
In Minecraft?
And this is what I'm telling you. He had the same feeling. Was, man, I just don't know what to do. I'm overwhelmed. I don't want to play it no more. And so we were like, hell, just hang on, just learn the basics. And now every day almost L texts me. And I remember, remember L's in a relationship now.
Right. We know where L is at, right?
A big relationship. He's not my next door neighbor anymore. He lives with her now.
Moved to another county.
Yeah. So, I don't talk to him and see him like I used to. But once we got Minecraft and he got into it, man, every day I get a text or call from him. Hey, man, you want to get down? You want to get down? It's just like when we got Battlefield, when we get the new Battlefield. It's just we get in there, we're all on the same map, whether we're working together or doing our own thing, and it's just everybody's creating something. So
now you played on the computer and you played on the PS4. Is there a big difference? I know you're using a keyboard mouse and the other one using a controller, but is there a big difference in playing the games?
I think if you want to get into it and not be as complicated, and this is where you get that PC versus console concept, but PC is harder because PC you have a blank crafting table, which is a bunch of blocks that you add a bunch of elements and make something. Okay. PS4, you actually have a catalog of things that you can make, everything you can make. It's just if you have the items, the items unlocked in there. If you don't, it's kind of faded out. So you can't make it
for you.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. Don't make me guess, man.
Yeah.
Like in Skyrim, you have to guess when you're trying to mix some of the elements with this and just tell me what I can do and can't do. Keep it simple. I'm already trying to remember enough stuff. I'm already trying to accomplish enough tasks. So I do like that. Keep it simple for me, man.
Yeah. And that's what I didn't like it because, I just didn't know anybody on PC. Right. And it was just I had to go online to look at catalogs of things of what I can make. And it just made it to where it's too hard for me to learn when I have no one to show me. And I give shout out to Wavo because he actually took the time to show me real basics.
He held your hand.
Yeah, that got me through it. And then essentially, me and him got L into it, which he really doesn't want to. Believe it or not, let's not say cheap, let's say frugal.
Frugal, Frugal 99, free 99. I've been both of them stores.
But he got into it, man. And if L can get into a game like that, I think if anyone gave it a shot, they would do it too. And you got to have that kind of friend, that kind of element. That's what makes Battlefield so great. You got the element of everybody together. Right. And I think that's what keeps pulling me back is it's not so much going there and creating and playing. It's more the conversation.
It's the social play.
Exactly.
That's what I was trying to explain to Davench about Destiny and some of the. We can't say that word, can we?
What? Yeah. Who said Destiny?
Right. Some of these other games, man, is that the social aspect of the game sometimes overshadows the actual gameplay itself because you're here with your buddies.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look when we played Battlefield.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yo, L, where you at? Or where is mostly Majelen. Yo, where you at? I don't know, man. I'm in some building. I'm just talking to you guys eating.
Right.
Like I'm surrounded by enemy, and all I'm doing is snacking on Cheetos and sitting here enjoying the conversation. I'm not even into the game.
And I missed that about not being on the PS4. Davench, I see you playing video games in the background. That does not qualify.
Can you see it? Can you see what I'm playing?
That does not qualify, though, for what is in your system, sir. These are games you're supposed to be playing prior to the show and not during the show.
Trying to play catch up. Nah. I wouldn't have picked up. You know, I've been posting all up on the Twitter and on the Facebook page. I did the 2-for-1 with Target, so I went and picked up Diablo 3, which is nice. A good looting game. It's like Gauntlet, and then you just loot all day long. I didn't know that game was that fun, man. And I had always heard other people, you know, and seen other websites and stuff comment on the Diablo. I didn't know it was that good, man.
Man, I should have got it. And you know what I did today? Not to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
I went to Target and got the 2-for-1 today.
What'd you get?
I looked it up. I was on Metacritic because Metacritic is just like, I mean, Amazon. It's got true reviews on it.
Yeah.
Right.
And man, I was looking at Diablo and it had like a 90 on it. Everybody was like, yo, this is better than the PC version because it's so simplified and this is the way to go. And I was just like, man, can I do a hack and slash looting game? And I talked myself out of it, and I ended up pulling the trigger on, because what we did is I got my wife, she never played Donkey Kong, and they got a real nice new Donkey Kong game on the Wii U. I got that. I got my nephew for Christmas, I think it was the Lego movie game, because he's into Legos real big. He loves, you know, those movies and games. And then I ended up going with The Evil Within, just because we were talking about it on the message on Facebook. We were talking about it in the Power Pellet podcast group that you guys got, and so it just kept weighing on me. I was like, you know what, man, I love old school Resident Evil, Silent Hill, so let's give it a shot.
Right. And
how you feel about that? Did you digging that?
I have not. I literally got home and got ready for this podcast. Like, I haven't even got it in the system yet.
Oh, this was today then? You went
Yeah, this was like right now. Okay. And you bringing up Diablo, man, just, it's like a shot. Because I was close.
And I got it. I look, disclaimer for y'all two. I went and picked it up on the Xbox. That's what my buddy who playing it at, he put me on to it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he put me on, so I know I got somebody to roll with. I picked up that, and then I picked up the Halo Master Chief Collection.
Well, wait, before you talk about Halo, is Diablo 3 a multiplayer game?
Yeah. Yep.
Is it like story multiplayer or just like
I don't know
versus?
I don't know compared to the campaign what the difference is with the multiplayer. I didn't get a chance yet to run with him. But it's still multiplayer. You can still go split screen. You can do I think 2 to 4 people split screen or 2 to 4 people online. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so have you been playing the Halo Master Chief?
I started Halo 1. I played through the first little big scene before you land on the planet on Halo 1. Did you ever play Halo 1, Merc?
I didn't. I didn't get into it.
I'm gonna tell
Halo
you
2.7 or something like that.
I'm gonna tell you how bad you missing out. Trigger Rick was like, I might you know I talk, I might
sell out,
save
get an Xbox.
Get that Xbox, play that Halo. But
it's a console seller, and we said it was going to be an Xbox One seller. We knew that, but I don't know, man. Something else got to be out there for me to go out and just buy a whole new gaming platform.
It's a system seller. Hey, if you run Halo with you and 1 or 2 other buddies, Halo in this 4-pack bundle set, it's a system seller, man. You can't miss out, man. What they did with it, cleaned it up, 60 frames per second for the most part on everything. You getting every single multiplayer map that ever came out. It's like it's the ultimate buy, man. It just really is, and I want somebody else to play with me. Somebody, please play Halo 4.
Well, the thing that got me about Halo, man, was the content that was going to be inside of it. Just all these games being offered to you at once. It's just amazing. You know, I'm waiting on Call of Duty to do something like this as well.
Oh, never.
Where they take all their maps and games and.
Nope. Too much money in the individual sale.
Yeah, but they could do a throwback.
They could do something like the last 4 games, or they could start doing bundle packs. Get all of the Modern Warfares together and stuff like that. Yeah, they could do that. With I think with Halo though, that's like it was so nostalgic, man, and they got the nice option where it's running 2 engines at the same time. You hit a button, you're looking at the cleaned up version. You hit the button, you're looking at the original version, and you're like, oh my god, I used to play this. but that stands like to how powerful the game was at the time when it came out, and like
but the fact that they didn't even let you see that, man, is just, You know,
well,
they have that
you
in
want
the
to
game.
know, like, why did you buy this game on this system as opposed to going back and trying to play it on the original? And like my wife was sitting there watching me play it, and like I was surprised. Like she was watching me play it. I was like, there's something about Halo that's magical. Like she was willing to do that. So it was cool. I've been playing that, and then I played The Evil Within. I tried that out. I rented that. That was cool. I played through like probably about 30 minutes of that just to see what that was about.
Now, Buddy was telling me that that's actually kind of scary. Is it more startling than it's jump around the corner, boo type scary?
It creates that I don't want to get caught atmosphere. You know, like when you was a kid and you was afraid to go in the basement, but you had to go get something because your mama was making you go get it. and you run down there, you turn the light on, and you realize, okay, eventually I got to turn these lights off as I go back upstairs.
I remember playing those games in our basement, man. Bro.
That's the feeling that it give you, man, and it's nice. That was decent. I don't know if I would spend $60 on that just for me personally myself.
Okay, so you rented it or you bought it?
I rented it. I rented that. I rented the COD, which, yes, we talked about this last episode. It's like, all right, don't buy it, rent it, because I was going to buy it, and Trigger Rick ended up buying it.
Yeah, he talked to me about it today, right?
Yeah, that campaign, man, that campaign is nice. I didn't touch multiplayer. I didn't want nothing to do with it. I just wanted to focus on campaign, but with the time I had with it, that campaign is nice, man. And just what they did with the exosuit, and it just wasn't too much. It was just like a little bit up right on top.
But graphic-wise, was there an improvement? Because I know for a while people were saying they're not really updating their engine. They're just using the same old engine. Did this look better?
No, this is a new engine. It's a new engine.
Okay.
It's a new engine from everything, actually, because it's a different...
But could you tell, though? Not just the jump from PS3 to PS4, but could you tell that it was an improvement?
Yes. It's clean, dog. And you looking at, Kevin Spacey, because he's the main... Him and... Troy Baker are the main actors on there, but with Kevin Spacey on there, it kind of reaches a part where you watching him, and sometimes he looks super duper real, and then sometimes it'll do something computery, and you kind of go, oh yeah, right, that's right, I'm playing the game.
That's nice.
and that's that fine line between how real do I need my graphics as opposed to you see that
getting
sometimes.
there, and I'm gonna tell you when Uncharted comes out, it's gonna show us what they really want to do graphic wise.
Well, look at 2K15, the basketball game. You can look at some of these players, man, and it's so detailed. I don't know if I need LeBron in my house like that. I don't know if I need him that close to me, man. Hey, did you play the Call of Duty yet? The new one, Majelen? Oh, you don't play Call of Duty?
No, I'm not. I can't even give it a shot, man. It's just I just can't. I just can't. It's I got to stick to my guns on it. I started out with Call of Duty. Modern Warfare, when it came out, I was Prestige, 1,000,000, whatever. I was fantastic at it. And then once Battlefield, Bad Company came to the console and Battlefield started getting ready for the console, I just jumped right on the Battlefield just because the play was a little bit more realistic to me. Plus, you add in vehicles to it, which makes it a way different element than man versus man. So, I mean... And just with Call of Duty, I just feel like it's one of those games like
it's a run and gun.
But my thing with Call of Duty more now is just because I just feel like it's Call of Duty. That's what you're buying. You're buying Call of Duty. You know what I mean? You're not buying a fresh new item.
In his voice, it's Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting, right?
You're not buying a fresh new concept. You're just buying that Call of. You want to be the in crowd, and you want to buy that Call of Duty. That's what I feel. I feel like all the cool kids. Hey, man, I'm gonna go get Call of Duty.
For some people, that's what they like. Like you know exactly what you're getting.
Yeah. That's a good thing to think about. I mean, you know what you're getting, and that's what I always write. I want something new. I want something different. But when you order a Big Mac, what the sauce gonna taste like?
You know exactly what you're getting, baby.
Where that pickle gonna land? Where that sesame seed gonna hit you? You know what I'm saying? So I get that, and I guess I need to ease back up a little bit on Call of Duty because they're providing a product that people really want. So
I think that's what it boils down to, man. A lot of people, hate on games and hate on these. And I guess one thing that I'm learning right now around this point is, they're bringing games that they're trying. You can't please everybody in anything. That's games and that's life in general. And I think that's the same thing. You got these people who are saying, "Oh, don't change it. I like it. This is what it is." And it comes out the same with just a different storyline and some more weapons. And then people are complaining, "Man, this is the same thing. This could be DLC." And then whenever they do make a change, then all those other people are like, "Yo, well, why did it change?"
Yeah.
So
I messed up my game. Yeah.
But I just gotta, I know we're not on the rant, but, and I know I don't want to seem like I'm ranting, but, I understand it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of, creativity to create games in general. And even if they bomb out of the gate or not, at least give them a shot and an opportunity and, see if you like it or not. But me personally, I'm just not going to cross that Call of Duty line unless I'm just so frustrated with Battlefield, and they kind of seem the same to me that I'm just like, all right, well, I'll give it a shot. Right. But right now, I'm not at that level.
It's interesting you say that, man. I think personally, even with Battlefield kind of dropping the ball with their last release and Call of Duty just being the next Call of Duty, I felt like there was a niche out there. I felt like there was an opening out there for a military shooter, for somebody to come in and try to offer something a little bit different. But I think development studios either don't have anything different to offer or they're afraid.
Yeah, and I think that's why you see, I'm not saying that's going to be fantastic. I'm a little excited with the concept, but that's where I think you see that Battlefield starting to go, hey, let's get out of the military. Let's go a little cops and robbers. Let's change it up. See if we could change some other things up and not let. I think that's what people didn't want to see. People didn't want to see that Battlefield keep coming out, and then you throw something else in and make it a little different. I think they said, you know what, we're starting to get to a point where we don't need to get to, and let's just change it up completely. And I think they backed it up probably to not make it seem like, man, well, why didn't we just get hardline DLC? Why couldn't we just get DLC for costumes and new guns? And I think they just want to make that a whole separate entity by itself. Yeah.
I think the maps are different. I think the weapons that you use are different. I think the storylines behind Cops and Robbers is going to be different than a military shooter. I'm excited for it. I've always wanted a studio to drop a good Cops and Robber game, man, and I cannot wait. In fact, the DICE is doing the Star Wars that's coming out, and I cannot wait for that. That's going to be amazing, man. But since you were talking about Modern Warfare, I actually went back. That other game I'm not able to mention right now, they were doing some maintenance on their servers, and so I played Modern Warfare 2, and man, it was very nostalgic, man. Just playing some of those classic maps that just made me love Call of Duty. I went back and got my butt kicked, man. I think I died like 12 times before I got my first kill. I mean, Cass was wearing me out. But I played that. I also played a little NCAA football against Trigger Rick.
What year was? Wait, what?
Yeah, 12. 12. I can pull that up. Yeah, NCAA 12, buddy.
Wait. But you said you played against Trigger Rick?
Yeah. He was in the neighborhood today, man.
Oh, okay. Say something.
Yeah, we got three games in. We either had two or three games in. The first one was the slaughter rule. Just to let you know, I kicked his butt.
Oh, yeah, I was kicking it then.
Yeah. But the other game that I played that I really wanted to talk to y'all about was the Tomb Raider, the one that came out last year. This game is fun and frustrating. And I'm a rant about why it's frustrating later on in the show, but the fun part of it is it is basically what people were saying. It is Uncharted with the female lead. But it's fun, man. She gets beat up, she takes a lick and keeps on ticking, man. And she's badass too, and I like it. The graphics are good, the story so far is good. The maps that I'm playing on is good. I haven't did the multiplayer, and I probably won't. But it's been a good break from some of the other stuff that I've been playing. And it's one of the games that was on my checklist of games I need to go back and play. So, when PlayStation 4 came out, we talked about one of the best things that's going to happen with the next generation of consoles is that we can go back and play all these games and buy all these games we wanted to play. But we didn't because who wants to spend $60 a pop? So I went and picked this game up for, I want to say either 12 or 13 bucks. Can't beat that, man. You can't beat that.
Dude,
so,
I wish you could play it on the PS4.
Is the Tomb Raider on the PS4?
Yeah, and it's shiny.
They redid it.
And they redid it for the remake, they remastered it? Okay.
And it's shiny.
Well, it's shiny on here.
No,
hey, PS3 graphics, baby, is all I know. So to me, I got the best of the show. Okay. Let's hit the break. Let's hit the break. Hey, come on back.
And we'll be back. Power Pellet. Power Pellet Podcast. We back. What we got next up?
You got to edit that, man. That was just terrible. We got a little housekeeping.
Freestyle.
Right. Let me do a little housekeeping, man, before we move on to our game announcements and new releases. Power Pellet Podcast. You can find us on Facebook. We have a group called the Power Pellet Podcast Group. We are on Twitter, Power Pellet Podcast there. You can find me. I am the Muse Hunter on Twitter. Davench, where can they find you?
I'm on Twitter, Davench Toonami. I'm also on. You threw me off, God.
See, all type of baby here, boy. Swear. You don't know where you are?
Yeah, follow me on Twitter, Davench Toonami. We also got the Power Pellet Pod Twitter account. You can follow us on there.
And Majelen, are you available for contact?
Yeah, absolutely. You find me in my
man room.
You find me in my man. It's my nerd cave.
With my Zelda shield.
No, man, you can find me if you ever want to track me down. Best place is the Power Pellet Podcast group on Facebook. I'm always on there clowning around. If you want to get a little bit more personal, on Twitter, Majelen at Dimension_C137.
Right. And if you tweet him, you have to talk with that real sexy voice.
Yeah.
But the most funnest place you can reach us at is the Facebook group page. That's fun.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I won't interact with it. Maybe I will. I wasn't really on Facebook big like that, but I like the Facebook group.
You know what? I try to post a lot of
going.
Yeah, and I try to post a lot of video game news and updates, man. So if you guys are reading some of that stuff, just let me know. Just type in I read it, so I know that I'm not wasting my time filling y'all full of useless gaming information. So
yeah, I agree. I agree. You're doing a real good job. Not to pat
myself on the back. Thank you.
Here, let me reach. Let me pat you on the back.
Yeah,
But no, absolutely. That's what I like about it is that you have everybody. You're starting to see these kind of new members kind of flutter in, and we're growing. And what makes us cool is that anybody could just say, I don't remember the individual, but hey, Evil Within, any thoughts? Me and him talk for a little bit, and all that news that's posted there that you put on, all the new up to date stuff, that's fantastic to read. And I agree. I don't like I run a football fantasy. I'm the commissioner, and I don't like to feel like I'm putting in all that time and nobody's reading.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. And I'm probably one of the main culprits on that. I'm not saying, hey, man, that was amazing. You're not commenting, but I read a lot of that stuff for sure.
Yeah, or like the article. That even helps me out as much. I'll go back and see if somebody liked it or not. The other thing, too, is we are looking for a Nintendo specialist. If you have a Wii U, a Wii 3, or Wii 4, a Wii Me, a Wii Man, if you have any of those Nintendo systems and you play it, and your wife is not playing it.
Wow.
Let me know. I want to make you an admin in the group so you can go out and find some stuff. Keep us up to date on the Nintendo links and information and news and stuff. I feel like that's probably one of the areas that I'm lacking as far as providing you news and updates. So
what is that behind?
Yeah, that is a
Legend of Zelda. Is this right here a Legend of Zelda room? Man?
So anybody but Majelen that is interested in being
ouch
the Nintendo admin, let me know, because really he's really begging right now, and I'm enjoying this. So let's get on to some game announcements, man. Some rumors, some news releases, some previews, reviews, all that other good stuff. We've kind of lumped it to one big box. Far Cry 4 is coming out on November 18th. Have you guys seen the trailers for this game, man? What do you think about it?
This next week, right? This Tuesday?
Yes, sir.
Man, the month going by so fast.
Yeah. What do you think about the game? What do you think about Far? I haven't played any of the Far Cries. This is the fourth one. Who's played it? Is it something we go out and rent? Is it something we go out and buy? What do you think?
I've played... I want to say I played all of them. I'm pretty sure I have. I know I played Far Cry 3, Far Cry 2. Man, the game, the thing with Far Cry is, what's so intriguing about it is that you're always in it's a made up map. It's a made up region, a made up country, a made up something. And they put so much work into creating these group of people, or this nation, or whatever you want to call it, on these set locations or islands, that, I mean, they put so much work into it that you believe that, man, this is a possible, like, am I in a real country? Am I in a real, and they blend it so well. It's a big sandbox, open world type game. You can get down there, start the game, and you could essentially run around where you want to run around and kind of do what you want to do. But the games, I just love them, man. I mean, it's always pinning you against the enemy, and the enemy, almost every game is you're liberating and help liberating those people. You always kind of have the same, kind of singing the same tune, where you have this guy who is taking advantage of this poor country or poor nation or poor, group of people, and you're kind of helping liberate him with kind of, showing off your skill set and kind of that RPG aspect of it, building up your character as well. So, I mean, it's Far Cry 3. I loved it.
Is it multiplayer this year?
It is co-op. I've been trying to do a lot of research onto it, and from what I've read, that the co-op mode is something that you can jump in and out of.
Awesome. That's the best.
Rockstar, are you listening?
I'm from what I'm reading, I'm pretty sure it's almost like a Borderlands kind of drop in, drop out.
That's perfect.
That's perfect. Yeah.
And you don't, and that's what I really wanted out of this game. And I hope I'm not feeding the wrong information, but this is just from what I'm reading, in reviews and what I'm hearing. It just seems like it's one of those games that is bringing a true co-op factor. I cannot stand games that say they're co-op, but you have a limited campaign set aside specific for co-op. I want a co-op game like Borderlands, where I'm playing the whole exact game single player or with, up to three people. I want to have
every single game out there should have that feature.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just make it more fun, man.
Well, it goes back to what we said at the beginning of the show, that games now are about being socially connected, that the social aspect of a game is overshadowing the game itself, or in fact, it's a big part of the experience. And if I can't experience this great world that you created with my friends, other than us, me and you talking about it at the water cooler the next day, then I feel like I'm missing out on a part of the game. So last year, Far Cry 3 had a multiplayer, but like you said, it was a separate story. And it's one of the reasons why I didn't rush out and buy it, because I wasn't interested in doing that. This was a game I felt like, okay, I want to play with my friends, especially after completing Saints Row 2, where you could jump in and jump out, and playing Borderlands, where you could jump in and jump out. I wanted to continue that experience, and I felt like they kind of dropped the ball on that. But to me, it sounds like they picked up their fumble, this time around, and they got a pretty good game coming out. I looked at the trailer. I looked at this world that they created that you're talking about. Looks amazing. The toys looks amazing. Everything that...
And you get to ride an elephant.
Well, yeah. Yeah, you can't do that in Grand Theft Auto. They got elephants you can ride.
Yeah.
If anything, you can be part of the circus, and that's a great reason to go out and rent it or buy it. You know, that decision is up to you. The next game that's coming out I want to talk about was GTA 5 is coming out next week as well, and this is for the next gen system.
And this game's sparking up. Again, much conversation because it's like, okay, well, I don't know what to do. What do I do? Am I on the fence? What side of the fence do I want to jump off on? I played this game, beat it, did all the missions, did this, that, and then you show me this trailer for first person, and I'm like, can I play it again? It's like, damn, I don't want to go spend that big money again, but man, if it's fun, it's fun. What else can you say?
Can I tell you what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
Why?
Why am I going to get it?
Tell me, yes, right now. 3 seconds ago. Why?
Why I'm going to get it?
That's not enough, sir.
It's because it came out on the PS3 too close to when the PS4 dropped. Okay. And I had a blast with it. We had a blast doing it. I love the single player, storyline. It was great. I love the multiplayer, even though out of the gate, like most multiplayer, is a little buggy. You got to introduce all these new things little by little with patches and updates. But I just felt like I had to cut off with that release of the PS4. And what I want to do is I want to get back in it. I want to replay it again because I love the concept of the game and the story of how you play as 3 individuals. And I like the fact that if you're coming from a, PS3 version or an Xbox 360 version, and I don't know if it's available only on pre-orders or available for all people, but you actually get from what I understand, you get that character back.
Yeah, that's automatic.
And so you get that back, which is, for me, good because I poured a lot of time into multiplayer as much as I could.
Right.
So, and one thing that Davench hit on was the first person. I looked at a lot of the trailers and stuff. I mean, it looks.
Is that a gimmick though? Is that a gimmick, or is that just like the next step for Grand Theft Auto?
I always thought that one thing for Grand Theft Auto that they did really well, as well as I think you can do when it's not an actual shooter type game, is they made the shooting fairly well on it. But I think introducing a first person where you're actually just like Call of Duty or just like Battlefield, you actually have to aim and you got to maneuver versus just kind of hot clicking and shooting, clicking and shooting.
They said it wasn't easy getting into that first player point. They had to change a ton of mechanics in the game just to make it playable.
Now, do you think that's where the time went? You think they would spend all their time getting this first person mechanics down and not instead of delivering these heists? I had to bring the word up. Heist. Heist. I still haven't heard about heists. I keep hearing they coming, but it's like waiting at home for your daddy to show up on Christmas. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He just never comes.
So here's the question, though.
Why?
Here's the question I got for you, though, Merc. So hypothetically, this is hypothetical, right? So you championed this game thick and thin all the way through.
And that's why I'm hurt. I'm butt hurt.
Right. So listen. So all right. So let's just say you have a PS4, and then this game comes out as a re-release, but it wasn't first person, and they said, "Here's your heist." Right now, would that push you to pick this game up again on the PS4 if it went heist and not first person?
It wouldn't, Jay. And I think you asking me, am I ready to forgive Rockstar for their broken promises?
Yep, that's what the question really is about.
Yeah, is that? Am I ready to give you another $60 too? Because I felt like had they gave me that deal where if you bought it on the PS3, you only got to pay $20, $30 PS4, and there you go, buddy. Get you a good digital copy and get out of our face. I would have been one of the people in line saying, "Give me my digital copy so I can get out your face," and I would have forgave them. But that's not what they're selling. They're telling me to go out and spend another $60. You still don't have your heist ready, and all you're giving me is this new mechanic, which is first person. Which you better get it right. You better get it right.
It looked right, though.
Because you guys have had so many technical problems with this game. Can't come out and mess this one up. And I read this article today, and they got some new stuff coming out. I'm looking at it. They got new missions, new events, new cars, new races. It's DLC stuff, but it's not enough to sell me where I'm going to run out and buy this game. Now, what will get me to buy this game is my friends. If my friends put enough pressure on me and say, come on, Mark, we want you to get GTA, then I'm sold. Then I'll go out and I'll probably, trade some games in to buy it just to have the experience of playing a game with them again on the next console. But there's nothing else they've done to make me want to go out and buy this game. They've already broken my heart.
So that being said, then you're going to get it. Because I'm going to talk
That changed real fast.
Yeah, you have to put it on the air. I mean.
And I think with the whole thing, where you were, what you were mentioning earlier, talking about is this what they put the most time into? I think what happened, and, this is all speculation, but I think it hit so well and did so fantastic that they said, you know what? Let's feed them. Let's keep them going little by little, but we got something here. Let's work on the next gen. Let's work on the PC. We know what we sold on the older consoles. Let's work this market. Let's push it out and let's get that money back. We're gonna essentially double, triple what we did on the old consoles. That's what I feel. I feel that is why the heist isn't here yet. I feel like they said, wait a minute.
In today's world where we have social media and everybody is communicating, communication is instant now. When there's an issue, it's instant now. It's not something where you have to wait for the paper to come out to find out about a problem, or wait till the nightly news to come out to find out about an issue. It's instant now. I think you should have just been honest with your users and told them from the very beginning, you know what, we did plan to get off the heist. Right now, we don't know where they're coming out, and been done with it.
And that's the thing. You never heard not one thing about the heist. You didn't hear nothing.
And when they do come out, it's great. But as opposed to saying in the spring, early spring, you're going to get them, or in the summer, and now in the fall, now we don't know. What you did was you constantly kept. It's like you lied to us. Well, not like you lied. You lied to us.
You burnt bridges. That's what happened.
So I think we talked about that a lot on the show before, man. But as far as the PS4 version that's coming out, I'm sure you guys will get heist at some point, maybe in Grand Theft Auto 7 or 8.
It come out Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes out. That drops the same day as Far Cry drops, which is the 18th.
So many games. What do you do?
Which I'm going to get to next. That's our topic of the week coming up. Shortly, we're going to talk about the games that are coming out for Christmas, the games that are already out, and the games that are coming out this month and next month. Let's hit a break and come back to the topic of the week.
All right, we'll be back. Talking about all these games coming out. Topic of the week. Merc was kind of mentioning that it's like, well, what do you do? What do you pick up? Like, what's the, no pun intended, game plan for the holiday season? What direction do you go?
Full of pun. I don't want to touch it. It got pun. Fun was that?
It's only so much time in the world
right.
nowadays, especially if you older like we are. What do you go for?
Like you guys are?
It's an average. We're going off the average of everybody on the show today.
Right. Little whippersnapper here. Hold it down, buddy. Throw my pudding at you. You can make the noise. I cannot do the show. But like you just recording from the toilet, man, and that's not a good visual. Hey, so October dropped some games for you guys, man, and I'm gonna run through this list real quick. Jump in if you want me to stop. A lot of games came out for the Christmas holiday, and some games that are already out include your Super Smash Brothers. Came out beginning of October.
That came out for the 3DS, and they talking about the pre-orders for that on the Wii are crazy.
Yeah, I heard that too. Alien Isolation. That's a game I want to play, man. That's I like that whole Alien genre, so I want to see how that goes. I'm gonna put that on my discount list. Pick it up next year. Driveclub came out. NBA Live 15 came out. Has anybody heard any?
I played the demo. I played the NBA Live demo.
And
it's no.
Still boo-boo, right?
It's not boo-boo. I wouldn't go that far. It's not boo-boo. Like you give it to your little brother to play while you play 2K.
I think that wraps that up. It's true, man.
You can feel like you. It's like, man, you feel bad for them because they were the king of basketball, the originators for so long, and they just can't get that feeling back. And I don't understand, like, what's wrong, what's going on, where they just can't get it right. It don't make no sense.
It's hard when you got 2K like a Ferrari, and then for the same price, even though it's okay driving a Corvette, you're still paying. Which one would you want for the same price?
Right. That's the problem. I think what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to offer their game at a discount just to get it in people's houses. Come out, drop it for $25, get it out there, build that word of mouth again. You don't have the power that you used to have where you waited for the NBA Live to come out. That live coming out, that live. Yeah. So some other games that have dropped in October. Borderlands, the pre-sequel. We talked about that on the last show. The Evil Within, we know Davench is already scared of that game.
Mommy.
Just Dance, 2015. Samurai
that game
Warriors.
Always sells, too.
Yeah, Just Dance, yeah. Yep. Civilization, Beyond Earth.
Now,
I read up on that game.
You a big Civ guy.
It, baby. I read up on it. I'll probably get it next year. Bayonetta 2, Sunset Overdrive. Now, you rented this one, right, Davench?
Yes. With plans to buy it.
Okay, so it was that good. It went from a rent to a buy.
No, I said with plans to buy it. I didn't say I bought it.
No, I'm saying you rented it. It was good. Now it's a buy.
No, it's not a buy. Not for me. The concept's great. It looks visually appeasing. It's not many games out there like this game. The biggest point, it was fun, but the biggest problem I had with the game was, so the entire game kind of reminds me of Jet Set Radio or Jet Grind Radio. Either one, same game. And you mostly grind. So in this game, to get around, you grinding on any and everything. You bounce off cars. You bounce off umbrellas. You grind on rooftops, wire lines. Fun. Shoot at these zombie-looking creatures. Fun. But if you just walk and run, your guy is like Resident Evil tank slow. And it just...
Oh, gosh.
And I was like, why not have a run? If you had your man running, like if he was running with a run button, it completely changes everything about that game. And that was enough for me. It just threw me out of the experience. Where I was like, I was going to get that with the BOGO, and I with the buy one, get one, or buy two, get one, and I changed my mind. It just completely just lost me. And I'm like, nah. I'll rent it again one day, but I'm not buying
I always wonder about those technical decisions where that one decision throws off your game that much. And somewhere somebody said, no, if we have him grinding and jumping off everything, when he's not doing that stuff, we want him to be just slow. Why? That doesn't make sense. It's too big of a chasm between the two. So I can see where that could be frustrating. There was a game I played like that as well. I can't remember what it was, but all right. What about you? Did you play that Sunset Overdrive? Oh, wait, you don't have an Xbox.
No, I didn't.
No, you're the Nintendo guy. WWE 2K15. I'm eyeing this game. I got my eyeball on this game.
Now you eyeing the game. You eyeing the game, but let me tell you this for sure. It is a different game between generations.
Huh?
It is a different game between generations. You have limited features on the PS3, Xbox 360 versions compared to the new gen, and that's part of the delay. And now, when the games came out for the last gen consoles, the ratings were not that good. It was a lot of mechanical aspects that people weren't liking about it. A lot of the it's supposed to have like a what do you call that mode? I can't remember, but just kind of like a Road to WrestleMania mode. And just things weren't gelling well on those versions. So kind of sit back and hold out and see what happens with the new gen versions first, because I'm sure that the expectation is they'll be rated a little higher because of things that they left out in the old ones.
I just want to get Sting.
I want to get the Warrior, the Ultimate Warrior.
No, the Ultimate Warrior. The Ultimate Warrior was last year's.
No, I thought this year's version they had where you could get all the classic wrestlers.
No, well, I think you can, but I thought you were talking pre-order.
No,
yeah, that was the hype for last year's. This year's is Sting.
Yeah, wait. So let me just clarify. Do they have the old school wrestlers on here? The British Bulldogs, the Samurai. I mean, not Samurai. The Iron Sheik. All those dudes on this game?
I haven't really. I don't know.
Yeah, to Google that. Yeah, to ask Google.
Oh, Google. All right, we're gonna ask Google. Keep it moving. Lords of the Fallen is the last game that came out on October for my list. And I'm going to hop on into November. November 4th, Call of Duty came out.
Very good game.
Yeah, week after that, Halo Master Chief Collection came out.
Excellent game.
The Crew came out. What's up with that?
The beta.
Is that the beta?
Yeah.
Okay, it don't say the beta on my list. So
yeah.
Google it. Just don't say beta.
They delayed it till next year, but it's the beta.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard a couple people saying they want to get that game. What's that game about?
I thought The Crew was coming out in December.
Oh, is it? I'm sorry. So yeah, December.
What is this list? Y'all can't be giving out
false
information.
What list are you looking at?
I'm looking at the list of games coming out.
No, where did you get the list though from?
I ain't telling you.
That you got to do either GameStop or GameFly for the list.
I'm gonna continue with my list that may be.
So wait, let's talk about The Crew for a little bit though.
I don't know what this game is about.
Do you see me right now in my face?
I don't need that face. It's convicting me.
The last episode I was on, that game that I was excited about was The Crew.
That's the racing game.
That's the
what
one.
Game did you think this was?
The RPG aspect of racing, and I think I do not like racing games. I was a big Gran Turismo guy.
Right.
And to me, my mind just shut down and said, man, I'm just tired of seeing the roads. I'm either going left, right. I mean, I'm not doing, it just seems like I'm just, just a mouse in a track, on a track with looking for some cheese. And this game gets me excited because I think it's going to break me back into the racing.
Why didn't you play the beta though?
Work. Cowboys doing really good.
Life.
So,
all right, check it out. So the Crew beta came out.
You played it, right?
Yeah. And
okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit back and listen to this.
I'm gonna sit back too.
The biggest thing that they were talking about is you can drive from New York to LA.
Whew.
It was so
that's
cool.
Sick.
It was so cool, man. I drove from Detroit. I tried to drive from Detroit to Florida, and it was taking a while, so I took a break on that.
Hold on.
Are we talking? Wait,
are we playing the Oregon Trail? Why are we just driving, dog?
That's what you in for, because the game starts you off. You do the different races and everything, and I like that. I like how they have it set up. They played this a lot better than Need for Speed did with their last game with the open world aspect. This is a lot better at that point. But I felt lonely, man. I felt like this was a game I saw so many people playing online, but I didn't know nobody, and I wanted to do like crew runs and stuff like that. So I couldn't do that with anybody. So that was like kind of a lull. But the fact that you can choose where you want to go on the map. You drive here, drive there, and you got little missions that you can do. That was cool. And then yes, you can customize your car. You can change the paint, the wheels, the tuning is all there. It was something else about the game that I really liked. Oh, it wasn't that. I was having a hard time driving. The driving felt so stiff, and I wanted it more like arcadey, so it'd feel fast and like to make the controllers tight. And they got like three different...
stiff like Gran Turismo where it was realistic?
Yes, but look, you can change the steering, and they got three different ways you can change the steering on the controller. And once I like picked out the way that was best, it opened that all the way open for me, man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I just felt like I'm like, okay, I'm a big racing fan. I usually try every racing game that comes out. And I just wasn't happy with the Need for Speed like I thought I was.
Yeah, they dropped the ball on the co-op.
Yeah, and I was really upset with, well, the co-op was good. I wanted like a city to drive in, and I felt like I was in the country the whole time.
Yeah, there's a lot of country roads.
And with the crew, man, they like, where you want to go? You can drive on road, off road. You got to drive this car. You can do this race. You can do this race off road, but you got to have this type of car, or you're gonna lose. You got to have that type of car for on road, and you can have more than one car. When I drove to New York, drove to New York to a different shop, went to go buy the car, and it was $200,000 and some odd. I'm like, not today.
Woo!
But I was like, that's sweet though, because then you driving to different garages to get different cars. I'm like, that's so cool, man. And if you don't want to drive, you can fast travel. Like, it's there.
Okay.
So there's nothing really slowing you down from what you want to do. And I'm like, this is what Need for Speed should have been, and this is everything that they promising about the game, and it was fun. I just didn't have nobody else to play with.
And so when you talk about fast travel, are you talking, I'm assuming you're talking the major cities, like city to city, you can go to that area.
Anywhere. You pick a point on the map, you select that point, you set a waypoint, and it asks you, do you want to fast travel?
Man,
and
that's
it
nice.
Literally, it pulls the map out, and then it zooms the map in on where you're going, and it loads in like a couple seconds.
Tell me something. Tell me more about the customization of the cars, your character, the story behind it. I just don't want to be in a station wagon going across country.
No. Because right away,
you don't want to be realistic.
right away, you get a car. So and once you finish so many races, you get a little bit of money, and you got like a selection of like 3 or 4 cars that you could pick from. One was like a truck. I think one was a Mustang, and there was something else. And I picked the Camaro just to pick it, just to see what it would look like with the customization. You can customize the hood, the bumpers, the inside interior, like what color you want, all of that. Just everything like that. The customization was there right away. It just depends on how much money you had in your pocket.
Right.
So the storyline is the 3, I think it was the 1-6ers or something like that is a group that you're trying to infiltrate, because a guy, you with your brother, and some dudes run up on them, and they shoot your brother, and then they drop the gun, and they're holding your brother, but the police run up on you, and then they got their guns pointed at you because there's a gun on the ground. They have no idea what happened. Well, the cop picks the gun up, and he wipes the gun off, and he's like, the guy had a gun, perpetrator had a gun. So they arrest you, and eventually, because you're like this good driver, they hire you to do like just these little side missions and stuff for them. It's kind of like a dirty cop type of game.
So like Fast and Furious.
Yeah, actually, it is. Oh my God. So, but it's a game, man, where it's like, I feel like the only way I might for sure purchase this game is I always buy a racing game, keep that game and trade it in and get the next one.
Right.
I want to play this with somebody else. I just don't want to be the only person out there driving by myself in this game, because just the way that they designed it and built it, it felt like you just not meant to be alone. Good game. I like the beta a lot. I just didn't have nobody else to play with.
Was the beta, what you saw in the beta, was it enough to say, I'm going to rent this or I'm going to buy it?
If you had friends.
If you told me, right, if I had friends, because I ain't got none.
Right.
It's a buy, man. Just off the beta alone.
Off the beta alone.
Just off the beta alone, yeah. I was really impressed. I was really impressed.
That's exactly how I felt. Because am I right or wrong where not only are you customizing the car look-wise, but you actually have to put on certain kits to change your car.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The tuning is all
to tune it to a particular race.
Yep. That's what I was saying. Like, if you can do mud races, you can be in the field racing. Like, soon as the game start off, like, one of the first things you doing, you driving in a pickup truck through the grass, like running away from the police. It's sweet. I was excited. I didn't know police was in this game. So just to see like the police chasing me, I'm like, this the game right here, man. I just ain't got nobody to play with.
Get that epic crew.
Yeah, that sounds fun, man. I mean, a game that's strictly about running from the cops, I'm with that. Yeah,
so when the game come out, we need to make a Power Pellet Pod crew.
Yeah, well, I mean, Need for Speed, man. That's what made me excited about it when they dropped it on the PS3. Finally, was they had that one Cops and Robbers version of it that we used to play on Nintendo, and they just didn't get it right. So
you know what they also need for that game? One last thing, and then I'm gonna let it go.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything. I'm sure to say on the back of the box. They need split player on the screen, man.
Yeah,
I think that's a must for every racing game, even if you drop the frame rate a little bit just to make it run good.
Jay, I'm so glad you brought that up because when I bought that game, I bought it for me to sit here and play with my son. And
yeah, I remember you saying that too.
Yeah, it didn't have that, so that kind of left me real kind of burnt up. All right, well, let's keep it moving then. That's The Crew again. That's coming out. That's out, ain't it? What's the date?
We all agreed December.
Okay. that's the beta. My list is faulty. Assassin's Creed Unity. Anybody?
Nope, not gonna do it. I
on.
saw it. It was there for my target buy.
Why didn't you do it?
Because it's Assassin's Creed, and I just think it's the same game made over and over with a different thing. I don't care if you add multiplayer to it; it's not for me. It's just I think it's just kind of.
And it looked like if it's not multiplayer, then it's the same thing. And then if it's the same thing, then for me it's boring. Like fix the controls.
Oh, so you mean me and my 3 friends can come together and run away from French soldiers together? We can all sit on a bench and get in haystacks? Nah,
Well, they said now, look, check it out. So check it out. Like the biggest thing they said they added to the game was now you can croull. Like you can, or no, what is it?
Come on, man.
You can kneel walk, so you can sneak up on people.
Oh, you can crouch walk. Yeah.
Crouch. Thank you. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
Bad.
But what's bad is the fact that that's the biggest thing you can highlight in this game so far.
That's the only thing I saw. I didn't see a change in combat or the controls.
This was a game that when they previewed it at E3 last year, earlier this year, I was super excited about it. Even my wife sitting next to me was like, "That's a game I could play."
Because it looked good, didn't it?
Yeah, well, she's a PC gamer, and so I'm like, you got to pick up a controller, right? She's like, yeah, but it looks that good, and I'm like, yeah. And now the feeling is gone. I have no interest in going to get this game.
So let's do this, because they came out with Rogue on the PS3. They didn't come out with Unity. Maybe we should just rent it. Should we just rent it?
I think so. Maybe you and 2 other people rent it on the PS4, run it, or Xbox One, and let me know what you think about it.
I'll try and rent it, and then Sunday we'll check it out.
It sounds good to me. We could play it there.
Okay.
He mentioned the Assassin's Creed Rogue. That's coming out on the 360 and PS3. Lego Batman 3 is coming out. Grand Theft Auto we talked about. Far Cry 4 we talked about. Dragon Age Inquisition. That's coming out as well. Next week, Little Big Planet 3. We previewed this game in our E3 review or whatever. This is going to be a big game, I think, for Christmas and for the PlayStation. This is that Super Mario type game that PlayStation needs. So, Little Big Planet 3 comes out next week.
Did they on the Little Big Planet? Mm-hmm. The reason I don't play Little Big Planet is because I don't like the spaceman feel to it.
Does the Sackboy scare you?
I just
you could tell us.
Actually, I mean, I think the way it looks is beautiful. Like the texturing is really good on that game, but.
Right.
When he jumps and he's super floaty, I didn't like that. Did they change that, or is that still the same? Does anybody know?
No, they didn't change that, but they did add 3 or 4 more sack characters. Man, I think this is going to be a good game, and I might bring that back into my house if they put in better parental controls for some of the vulgar stuff that you found in these created worlds. Then I'm cool, because to me, Sackboy is a game. It screams children, it screams kids, and then you get these adults that get on there and they kind of pervert the game, some with their racism and sexism in it. And I had to get rid
does that mean you have to be a dad?
It does, and I was a dad, and I got rid of the game. I kicked it out.
Was
my
it
house.
that bad on the custom?
It was enough for me to get rid of the game.
Yeah.
And this
I
was the
think
game
if
I
you
bought
give,
for Christmas.
I think if you give anybody an opportunity to create something out of the game, you're always going to have those people in every game.
Yes,
and I agree with you. I think there is a way to, I guess I don't know, I don't program, but I'm sure there's a a way or something they could do to say, hey, listen, you know, you got to tag your content and say, hey, if this is
that's
not
the way.
If you don't tag it, then guess what? You lose those privileges. You can't create, or you get suspended from creation for a little while because you know that somebody's kid walked into your world and saw some things that daddy doesn't know how to explain, you know?
Well, here's the thing, you know, and when people hear me complain about the vulgar content, the first thing they say, well, just report it and they'll remove it. Hold on. I don't want to police your game. You're putting this game out into the atmosphere. I don't want to police it. I think that you should be pre-approving content that people are loading on your game. If that takes a day, if that takes a guy sitting in front of a computer screen all day, pay that guy to do it so I don't have to do it.
Yeah.
That's my whole thing. I don't want to have to run behind and report it because you didn't check up on it. And again, it was some racism, some sexism stuff in there, and I was just like, no, this is not what Sackboy is about. And and I bought it for my son, so my feelings was hurt. But again, they added some new content to it that kind of got me looking at it again as a purchase for my kid.
Give it another shot. You can do it. I believe in you.
I think I will. A couple of games. That was in November. The couple of games coming out for December. The Crew coming out December 2nd. Found it on a better list. That new Lara Croft is coming out on the 9th.
Wait, what new Lara Croft? Is that a top-down?
Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris.
Okay, I think that's the top-down.
Oh, what's the top? Really, they got a top-down version?
It's kind of a old school top-down.
Oh, that's a pass, people.
It was good, man.
And that's really it, man. There's one more game. There's one more game coming out next year that I wanted to spend some time on. But as far as your Christmas season games you're looking to go out and purchase, I just gave you a mouthful. My mouth is dry. Let's hit the break. We come back and want to talk about one more game coming out next year that I think is going to probably end up being the game of the year if they get it right.
Talk about it now. We just roll into it.
Hit the break.
Just talk about it.
I got to go. I need a break.
I mean, I got to cut. All right, we'll be back. I will Pellet.
Welcome back to the Power Pellet Podcast. I'm not Davench, although I want to be Davench. In my dreams, I dream I'm Davench, and when I'm awake, I dream I'm Majelen. So, but I'm really a Kimbo Merc here with Davench and Majelen, and we were just talking about games you can go out and get for Christmas. There was one more game that's coming out next year that I wanted to talk about and give a little special time to. It debuted
Can I guess it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to guess you're going to say, it's between two I'm looking at. I'm going to say Evolve.
You want to take a guess at it?
Of you? It's No Man's Sky?
Okay, so, can I take another one? Dying Light.
No, listen. Can I finish this segment? No, Davench, you're right, man.
Oh,
it was No Man's Sky?
Yeah, it's No Man's Sky.
Oh, 2 points.
Yeah, so at E3 last year, they called this the game they say this was a game that stole the show. And it won Best Original Game, Best Independent Game. And so I'm looking forward to this game, man. This game is amazing. Amazing. And this is why I think it's amazing. You have the opportunity to explore over 18 billion planets. I'm gonna put that right there.
Yeah, didn't they say you would never? Everybody will never have the same planet or some weird number fact they was throwing out there. Where
let me make sure I read this right because I think I just gave the wrong number. It's a lot. It's a huge number of planets, but it's saying it'll take you 585 billion years to find all the planets in the game.
Now tell me this? How can 11 people make a game like this, but it take 4 years and hundreds of people to make some of these other big games?
Because you just answered your own question. Because you have 11 people focused on this product, and I think you don't have these big budgets. I don't think you have all these people you have to answer to, all these people that needs to check off all these boxes before going to the next stage. You get 11 people in a room focused on one thing, and you will get a good game like this. And
I think the passion. I think that's what it comes from. I think 11 people can create a game because they're actually not on a deadline, not on a budget. To have the passion to say, "Yo, man, I love games. Let's create something that hasn't been done yet."
Right. And this game is going to allow you to do a lot of stuff. You're just out on these different planets exploring them. You're also going to be in space, man. You're going to be fighting against other spaceships in space. You're going to be shooting asteroids. If you get a chance, go in and just talk to Google A, ask her to let you look at some of the trailers for this game. But the content is what's blowing me away. I look at some of these games and I wish and I wonder there was more content to it. I've never seen a game have so many planets to explore. And they're talking about each planet having their own weather system, their own fauna, their own flora, their own animals, their own everything.
Okay, so
wow.
Not to be the sour lemon.
But you're going there. Go ahead.
Go there.
I like lemonade.
All right, so how that's stupid.
You see me still stunned him. He was like, wait a minute, what lemonade, what?
So is it going to be like 50 of the same plants with the same shape? I'm waiting for more detail on
Does it matter if the plants look alike?
Yeah, because then you're going to be like, oh, the plants look alike. Like, I
could reach through this microphone right now, dog. I really could. I could just really do it.
No salt on the wound. I like it too. I just don't want to be sold a bag of goods that's halfway spoiled.
And I agree with you, Jan. And that's why I went and dug a little bit into this game. I want to know, am I doing anything more than just going and exploring all of these random generated planets to say I've been there, done that? Again, you have to have a good storyline behind all of this, or you're just out there exploring.
Am I going to get Destiny? That's what I want to know.
Oh, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Wow, we weren't even supposed to say that name.
And I've been playing the game the whole podcast.
I got that number for you. It's 18 quintillion possible planets.
Oh my God.
That's hot.
That's a lot.
It is. Like they were saying, everybody could play this game and never get the same planet.
Yeah. But there's a multiplayer and then there's a single player as well. So it's coming out in 2015 sometime. Just look out for it, man. The ship that they use, the example, the picture of the ship that they use looks just like the ships you fly in Battlestar Galactica. The minute they showed me this thing, I was sold.
Day one purchase.
Yes, just so I can fly this thing in space, I'm sold. But this is the closest I think that mankind will get to space exploration in our generation, as far as landing on these planets and just getting the idea of what it might really be like to survive in these different environments. So that was a not game of the week, but just another game I wanted to feature that's coming out next year. Which brings us to our next topic, the rant. Rant. As customary for the Power Pellet podcast, we like to give our guests the first chance to rant, to get it off his chest, to let us know what's going on.
You know what's bothering me?
No. I'm a little afraid to ask. What's bothering you?
And you know I'm a diehard Cowboys fan.
You are.
But what's bothering me is the way the team... It's the Chicago Bears.
Oh,
that's what's bothering.
That's what's about the Chicago Bears.
Oh my gosh, Jay Cutler, and you got so many weapons.
Yeah.
Oh man,
wait. I got one for you. It's like I don't know. We kind of did some things, and I can't even. I'm trying to keep a straight face doing my Jay Cutler impression.
Dog, you got real close. He's so nonchalant. Yeah, we're gonna go back and look at some stuff. And
yeah.
Yeah, we practice real hard, and
in his head he's thinking, man, I need to go. I got my wife. I got my gorgeous kid. I
remember I posed the question, Merc. I was like, does he look like somebody who wants to? He want to play ball, but does he want to still be here in Chicago? I don't think he does.
Heck, the city has ripped this dude apart. He wants no part of the Midwest. If he can go and play out south somewhere, he would go. He does not at all want to be near Chicago, and I don't blame him. We are a quarterback thirsty town.
Yep.
And this was the first guy to show up with a hit of talent, and we have been picking him apart from day one. And not only that, the Bears have been they haven't given him any support from day one. And I say that in the fact that you've had so many coordinators, so many coaches, so many offensive schemes. So, yes, part of it is his crappy attitude. The other part is the crappy organization behind him. So, yeah, this ain't my rant.
Yeah, no, I was about to ask. I thought that this was my rant, but apparently it's the Chicago and surrounding areas rant as well. But that's what bothers me, man. And I guess what ticks me off a little bit more is because whenever I play fantasy football and I had an opportunity and I said, who should I get out of the two guys that are left who I would pick from, which was Phillip Rivers and Jay Cutler, I said, this is going to be the year for Jay Cutler. This is going to be his year. This is going to be a solid performance last year from the Bears as a whole. That I felt, that offensive line getting better. You had Alshon Jeffrey coming out. You got Martellus Bennett, which I've always been a fan of when he was with the Cowboys. You got those weapons, Matt Forte.
You are stocked with talent.
Yeah, absolutely. And, then it comes out this year and you're seeing, man, what's the deal? The defense is just getting slaughtered. And then Jay Cutler is just, you just feel like, man, he's on point and he's manned up and he's doing, what was it? What game was it? They were way behind. It was one of the weeks that Brandon Marshall's ankle was really bothering him, and Brandon Marshall, Cutler at the second half, threw like 3 touchdowns.
It's like he's either on or off.
Yeah.
Dude. And
it's like when he gets in his own mind, he's done. Like you look at his face and his eyes and you're like, you know what? I might as well turn this off because if he's done, then I'm done. And I think that's what bothers me. The Bears and where they're going or where they're going this year, coming from a clear leader off that team, Brandon Marshall, where he feels the team's already given up.
Dude, he was awesome on Waddle and Sylvie, and just trying to
he's
pump Chicago up, and he was just trying to get everybody yeah, we know we suck, but it's like you want him to. It's like sometimes he wants to be the leader, and then sometimes he don't, and it's kind of a confusing message you get from Brandon Marshall.
Can I just sum this up? I'm gonna sum this up real quick. Our coach, Mark Trestman, is mentally weak, and Jay Cutler is mentally weak in a very strong football town, and you will not survive like that.
And the combination of the two is just not good.
Oh, no, and people are not satisfied because you had every opportunity to get the city behind you by firing your D coordinator and benching Jay Cutler, and we would have gave you the rest of the season. At least you did something. But you came out with the status quo. You came out with that BS that, our locker room is great. We had another good practice.
And when they asked Brandon Marshall that, Brandon Marshall was like, what? It just didn't make any sense. Why would he say that?
Yeah, we just gave up 100 points in 2 weeks. Your locker room cannot be great. If your locker room is great, you tell me you got a bunch of people in there that don't care. And then why should I care?
You know who's
it just makes your coach look delirious.
Detroit Lions and their pillow fights. Dude,
that has got to be they're leading the division, but have you seen some of their wins?
I heard the wins were real ugly.
Yeah, but they lead the division. I'd rather be leading the division than worrying about who we gonna draft next year, man.
What's the goal? Get me to the playoffs.
Get me to the playoffs, man. I'm sorry, was that the end of your rant?
I was just gonna say, I was just gonna wrap it up, and say that I agree with you, and with that, with the mentality of the coach and mentality of Jay Cutler, and it sucks because I think that if it was Trestman and not Cutler, not that big contract, that it would be a little different. And what's really bad about the situation is that the coach is going to go before the quarterback. That's how I feel.
Yeah, you got 100 million reasons why that's going to happen.
Well, they shouldn't have never gave that guy. They should have franchised Cutler.
Yep.
And that would have solved half your issues. Because then you wouldn't feel so bad getting away from him.
Davench, what's on your chest, baby?
Well, I got Tony Romo on my team too.
Oh, the show is going downhill. We talking about the Cowboys. Davench, what you want to rant about?
You know me, man. I ain't got nothing. I ain't even go front.
Yeah, you so Jay Cutler right now.
I love life, man. It ain't much that make me mad.
You're so Mark Trestman right now, dog. You just
the Xbox One is looking great. You
Mark Cutler. You Mark Cutler. You Jay Trestman.
On the PS4, we gotta go back and look over a couple things, but we're gonna figure it out.
I'm just gonna put here nothing for your rant. I got a rant, man.
I might bandwagon your rant, so go ahead.
Okay, so all right, so I played Borderlands, right? All right, hang on. I played Borderlands 2. From Borderlands 2, the second one, not the pre-sequel.
Okay.
I went from that to playing, I'm going to take a step back. I played Skyrim to Borderlands 2, Borderlands 2 to Destiny. And then over the weekend, I went and bought Tomb Raider. All these games have a looting system with various levels. Playing Tomb Raider, I finally had my fill of looting. I don't want to loot one more thing. If I got to go and find one more secret hidden thingamabob, I'm going to go crazy. These games, help me out. Is this all what video games is now?
There it is. You want something else to do. You bored.
Well, it's in every video game, it seems like, that I've played recently. But not only that, it's frustrating. It's frustrating to the point that it drew me out the game. So I got to a point where in Tomb Raider, which is a story-driven game, you're surviving, you're kicking butt on this island, whatever. And then now I got to stop to find these relics that you've hidden in these impossible places to find, man. And it has completely pulled me out of the story of the game. It killed the atmosphere instantly. And so my question is, should you be able to go through an entire video game without the looting system adding or subtracting to the actual progress of the game? That's what I want. I need a looting system to be optional, so that if I don't want to look for a relic or open up a chest or as in Link crack open another ceramic vase, I don't have to. So that way I could just finish the story. Talk to me, y'all. Talk to me.
You playing the game right now. Tomb Raider lets you do it. You do not have to loot in Tomb Raider to complete that game.
I'm glad you told me that, because I stopped to look for some stuff and I start getting mad, man, because
you don't. As long as you can get past everybody to take them out.
But how does that affect the progress of my weapons and my skill
the progress
level?
of your weapons are based on what you find, because everything's not right in front of you. But if you want a stronger shotgun, you got to go find it. It's not going to be handed to you. That's the point. Yeah.
So, I like that aspect. Yeah, I don't like to progress in a game, and just because I'm at a certain point of a game, I get that item. Like I want to feel like I get to a part of the game that I need that item and I don't have it, and now I got to go side quests to go get that, and not even really side quests, but to say, hey, this would be 10 times easier if I had this. Now I got to go find out how to get this.
But I think it's the grind, man. Like, maybe because I played too many games that have the looting system in it, but I'm kind of burnt out of grinding through these, that takes me outside of the story just to advance my character. I don't know. I need an alternative.
I feel you need more fighting games.
I'm not a therapist, but I feel, and maybe Davench might pick up a little bit and might back me up a little. I feel like Destiny is burning you out. Because I mean, we're talking about looting, we're talking about grinding, and I'm like, well, Borderlands does a really good job where you're not having to really grind and loot it out. Once you're done with the game, if you want to start the game over in a harder mode or more difficult or get better loot, you can, which is a really good storyline co-op game. And, you're not really having to loot and grind so much in Tomb Raider. So that only leaves a couple of games that you currently play where you got to grind and loot. And that just points to Destiny. I think you're getting burnt out on Destiny.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. This has been episode number 16 of
I just feel it. That's what I feel. You know why?
Folks.
Because I did, and I don't have Destiny anymore.
Oh, and he is healed. Thank you, Jesus.
Now I'm in, just leave me alone with my Minecraft. You know what I'm saying?
There's some truth. There's probably a lot of truth in that last statement, man. But it just made me think about some of the other games that have a looting system in it, and I'm just thinking, is there another way this can be done where I don't feel like it's pulling me out of the story? So that's my rant. Quit making all these games with these looting systems. Damn it. Let's get to the cool down. Going back to our way of doing things here at the podcast, we're gonna let Majelen go first. What's cool, brother, in your world?
How about them Cowboys?
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what's cool in my world, because I stick by the Dallas Cowboys in and out through thick and thin, and it's always been, through the worst of it. And now finally we got some defensive coordinator in there who knows what he's doing. We got an offensive coordinator in there that knows what he's doing with the weapons and talent that we have. And now we're on a roll. And, and I feel good about it because I'll rep the Cowboys if they're 8-8 or 0-16.
I will give you that much. You are a faithful fan, and I will applaud you on that. That you stick by them bums longer than I would.
and that's what's cool in my world is now. Yeah. I'm not that guy to sit there and hound people and say, "Oh, you remember when you talked smack about the Cowboys, or you remember when you didn't?" Nah, man. I just say, "Hey, man, look at the record, and we'll see what happens in the playoffs."
Right. No, Dallas is having a good year. What are they now? Are they 7-3 or 6?
7-3. Yep.
That's big.
Y'all gonna be mad at me. I just thought about something. I got because I would every time I think of a rant, I don't think of like sports or anything. I don't know. In the cool down, you know what? I'm gonna play it straight up. I'm happy the Chicago Bulls winning. I'm just a little upset with Derrick Rose right now.
I mean, you're allowed to get hurt. If Derrick Rose didn't have the two knee injuries that he had,
if Derrick Rose didn't say, "I'm worried about my 2034." When I could take my kids to college, if I could walk the steps with them, like rant, and then this fool go and pull a hammy. It's like, okay, Mr. Glass, like just play ball, man. Sometimes you just gotta learn to just shut up, just play ball, right. And when you done and we ain't paying you no more, then say everything you want to say, everything you gotta say, and I'm sure people will still appreciate your opinion at the time.
Jay, I kind of agree with you, and I kind of disagree with you. Go ahead, Majelen.
I was just going to say, I mean, you could pay me, during my lifetime in 2034, and I got $100 million in my bank account, I'll happily crawl up the steps with my kids at graduation.
And that's what Charles Barkley said. I will. Hey, I might limp, but I'm limping in my big old mansion.
Put me. I'll wheel up. Hey, give me a wheelchair ramp, and I'll just blow. I'll get that little tube.
This to me, this was a classic case of the media is thirsty because the Bears suck. And you gave them something to drink, and they ran away with it. Because I understood what he was trying to say. What he was trying to say is, I've been through 2 major knee injuries. I've missed 185 games. Through that time, I've learned that there's more to life than basketball. I had my child during that time, and I got family members and other things that came into the spotlight. Basketball got into its proper perspective. You know what I'm saying? We can sometimes get caught up in something too much that has nothing to really do with life itself in general. We give it a bigger meaning than what it needs to be. And I think that's what he was trying to get at. The problem is the only reason people care about you, Derrick Rose, is because you're a basketball player. Yeah. So you have to keep that in mind, and that we only care that you're back because we want you to win a championship for the city. We can care less about your family members. We can care less about your life once we turn off the TV. We want Derrick Rose basketball player, and if you stay in that mentality, you'll be fine. When you answer questions, answer in that mentality, and you'll be fine. We actually, for me, I understood and respected what he was saying. He just didn't need to say it because you got to understand who you are and what what people see when they see you. And that's the problem I think he ran into.
I agree with that. I mean, life's not about. It's not about what people expect out of you. It's about what you're happy with, and though him being in the spotlight and the person he is on the team that he's on, representing what he does, he should have went about it a little different way, but I understand where he's coming from. I'm the same way. I'll give up, nice things and money if me and my wife are happy. And I've done it plenty of times. I've given up great jobs where I'm working overnight just so I can, instead of me making money and driving a nice car and never seeing my wife, how about I take a step back, redo my budget, not make near as much money, and let me have some time with my wife. And that's the truth, and that's what I've done in the past. I have set money and said, you know what, the money's not worth it. Let me have fun. Let me have fun with life. Let me enjoy what I want to enjoy. Let me not try to live up to what the standards of what people think. Oh, grow up.
Look, man.
Go to college. Go do this.
Reggie Rose ain't having no part of taking no type of pay cut for nobody.
Listen, it's not about that, man. I think you had a kid that's very humble, and he's proven to Chicago that he is a humble kid. And I think he was speaking from a place of growth and humility. We got mad at the guy before. They used to get mad at this guy because he wouldn't talk, and Reggie and BJ were speaking for him. And then when he decides to talk and be honest in talking, we dog him out for that.
And so it just makes you go, well, that's why he wasn't supposed to talk.
Well, but he was honest. Give me an honest answer any day, and I can respect his honesty. I might not like it, but I can respect it.
No, and I don't mind it. I mean, that's cool. Look, let's be realistic. Basketball is and just like our jobs, if we was every day outside of, because I know some people like doing certain things and that's where they get their kicks off of.
Right.
But if okay, I'm only doing this for this short amount of time, and if I really watch what I'm doing, I can come out on top. I'm having so much trouble with my body
and it's
now.
A game.
Yes.
It's not life-ending, life-saving, or it's like Charles Barkley said, it's not what Majelen did. He went out there and put his life on the line.
Right.
It's a game.
Yep.
And I think that got some people mad as well.
Yep. Yeah. And your movies coming out? Did anybody see Interstellar?
Well, sir, it's my time to do the cool down. You had your chance. It's my turn.
Cool. We're not ranting. We cooling down.
I know, and it's my turn.
Now you getting amped up.
I mean, can I cool off? Can I cool off? Can I cool off? Can I cool off?
I think what I was talking about, probing that destiny a little bit, is starting to come back out. I think you need to come see me. I'm open from 1 to 3 tomorrow.
You're not putting me on your couch.
Hey-o.
No, man, I watched a couple good shows over the last couple of weeks that got me really excited, man. I watched that Gotham. I've been seeing commercials for it, and I was kind of like, okay, I want to check that out. I watched it. It's an amazing TV show.
Did you watch The Arrow yet? One episode.
Nah, I'm not gonna watch The Arrow. I have no interest in the guy shooting arrows.
Episode.
You're not a hero because you can shoot a bow and arrow. I'm sorry.
One episode.
No.
One. You can't even give me one episode.
No.
Don't ask me
about shooting a bow and arrow
to watch the 100. I'm not watching I'm boycotting the 100 right now.
Listen.
Right now. One.
Hawkeye shouldn't even have been an Avenger. You're missing out. You're missing out.
Hawkeye
if you're not watching the 100, you're missing out.
Did you like Battlestar Galactica? About the Arrow?
Did you like?
Do you like Gotham?
I cannot believe this is my cool down. Let me get back to my NPR list. The 100 is the best show since Battlestar Galactica.
Oh,
for me.
Okay, there you go.
For what I like to watch.
There we go.
Now, Gotham, which I was saying before you dog me out with this Arrow show.
Because you won't even try one episode for me. I don't care if you do it for you or not.
It's the cool down, man, and I'm cooling down. You gonna shut up while I cool down.
Oh, wait, this just in, breaking news. I have made it to Mars on Destiny.
Boo.
No.
For this to be a Destiny-free show,
no love.
Y'all have both said that word, and I have not.
See, here we go. You're bringing up those emotions, Davench. This is not the time to get into this. As I said, 1 to 3 o'clock, I have an opening tomorrow.
I need to be there. I need it.
It's so disrespectful that we won't let you finish this cooldown.
All right, come on, Gotham. We almost got it. Gotham.
Nope.
Gotham.
Nope.
Gotham.
Nah, man. What I was just trying to say about Gotham is you have a lot of comic books that try to go from the paper to the big screen or to television, and they don't do it right. Gotham to me nailed it. It's just enough serious and just enough of that comic book feel that makes the show so great. Like the action is comic book style, but they do it in such a great way that it works on television. And that's what makes this show excellent to me. This show to me is going to be around for a long time if they don't mess up with how they do Batman. Other than that, I love this show. I love the 100 as well. The 100 is Battlestar Galactica meets what's the show with the movie with the shiny vampires?
Twilight. It has that Twilight feel to it because the lead is a female, and I think they're trying to kind of do that romantic part of it, which I could personally do without. But as far as the storyline, I love it, man. The storyline, the sci-fi part of it, it's excellent. So that's my cool down 100. So I know that we're kind of on a schedule here, but you just kind of brought up, and I got to bring this up because you kind of talked about movies. And I want to bring up one that I'm really excited about that's out today, but I want to bring up that on the romantic kind of level is I actually gave Silver Linings Playbook.
Did he say Playboy?
Silver Linings Playbook with
okay. I didn't know where he was going
with Bradley Cooper, and
it's a good movie.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah,
I really like that, and I just felt like they did really good. I felt like, it was not the typical kind of romantic, kind of romantic comedy. I mean, these dudes are this, chick and this guy are
Can we call
two off the wall people.
Sorry, buddy. That was not Davench or Kimbo Merc. That was a temporary guest host. Just putting it out there, pal. Go ahead and clean that up.
So this actress and this actor. But I just wanted to bring that up on the romantic level, because you brought that out with that. Right. But really, really excited. I wanted to see it today. And this podcast didn't cut into it because we could see it this weekend. But I was planning on seeing today Dumb and Dumber 2.
No.
Yes.
No.
Why not? I'm with you. Look, Majelen, I'm with you. Dumb fun. Let's go.
You guys are Dumb and Dumber should go see it together. I cannot believe you want to see that.
I don't think it's going to be just a corny little remake. I think they're going to do it. And it's going to bring that nostalgia feel back. I think they're going to do a really good job with it. I laughed every time I see the trailer. It reminds me of the old one. I don't think it's like cornballish stuff. So I'm really excited about it, man.
I'm such a skeptic, Majelen. You know what I see with this? I see Jim Carrey's career in the toilet, and he said, "I need to make some money." Yeah, so let me finish.
Wait, did you not see Kick-Ass 2?
Yeah, but he did Kick-Ass 2, and he was in it, so that was silly. But I see him as saying, "What movie did I make in the past that I think I can make money off of?" And Dumb and Dumber is it. I mean, it was. I don't know, man. Well, how old were we when we saw that movie? I feel like I got to be like in high school again.
It was over 10 years.
Come on, man.
It's gonna be good. You know what I'm excited about? I'm excited because I get to see the old Jim Carrey, the old styles of Jim Carrey. I miss
what made him famous. Right.
I miss the Jim Carrey that he was a physical comedian. You know, and you don't see that in none of his stuff. Just like, you know, Eddie Murphy, you got a little taste of old school Eddie, a little bit in the Tower Heist. You know, he got a little bit of that Eddie Murphy
hardcore edge, edge to it.
That set them up. You know, that set him up in the '80s, and that set up Jim Carrey when he was coming out in the '90s. And I think I'm really excited because honestly, I really want to see another Pet Detective.
Hey, folks, on that note, we're going to shut this down because we are not about to talk about the Pet Detective. I can't even say it. Hey, Power Pellet Podcast, episode 16. We had the Magic Man, Majelen on the show, Davench on the show, Kibble Merc on the show. Thank you for listening. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Pet Detective. Peace.